Mom, why do you need that?
Is that even legal? Are you Amish? Where are your other kids?
Mom, look at my wife. Look at my wife.
Hi, my name's Amanda Chandler, and this is my informative speech for my public speaking course. My topic that I chose to do is homeschooling, and that's actually because in about a month I will be speaking with a group of local moms who are interested in alternative forms of schooling. So I figured it would go nicely with this project that I have to do. So oftentimes when people find out that we homeschool, that's the route that we've taken with our kids, there's a lot of questions that people ask. One of those is that even legal? It is legal in the United States. It's legal to homeschool. Now, there are different laws and regulations from state to state. In Delaware, the only requirement is that you register through the Department of Education as a non-public school, and that you list your students, your children, as students in your school. And then at the end of the year, you have to submit an attendance. Another question I get, which is quite funny, is are you Amish? I don't know why anybody would think I'm Amish. I laugh, and I've gotten this a handful of times, this question. I think because it's just not very mainstream, and that this is one of the things that people associate homeschooling with would be an Amish lifestyle, although I do think that they have schools. Another question is, where are your other kids? Outside of the Amish community, a lot of people are going to associate homeschooling with this TV show, 19 Kids and Counting, because they are a family that homeschools and they are in the public eye, and they seem to have lots of kids. And there are families that we know that homeschool that have lots of kids, especially those that are more religious. That's not us. I have 2 kids. There are no more. I don't plan on having any more. The next question people ask is, why do you? Why do you homeschool? Well, different families have different reasons for homeschooling. I've already mentioned the religious aspect. That was not one of our main reasons. A lot of families are going to have multiple reasons that they have decided themselves. I've also heard Common Core is another big issue of why people are choosing to homeschool their children. Things like ADHD and autism that cause a child not to always get along in that school environment is another reason. For us, a big reason was health issues, and both of my children have respiratory issues, and my oldest son went to school in kindergarten and part of first grade, and we found out that most of his time was spent home or in the hospital due to his respiratory issues. Therefore, he was not getting his schoolwork done at school, and what we were getting done, it was getting done with me at home. So we found, for consistency reasons, that it was a better choice for us. People also wonder, how do you know what to teach? And a lot of schools you can find out the curriculum that they use, and you can get that same curriculum and teach that in your home to your own children. Some states also have things like Connections Academy, which are online public schools. So you register your child, they actually send you a computer, and the materials that your children will require for that, they have access to teachers through the computer also. And I think that is a wonderful opportunity for somebody who can't physically have their child in school for whatever reason it is, but they don't know where to start. Delaware does not have that option. they do have listed on their website, it is the Common Core guidelines for each grade. So my oldest son is in 2nd grade. I can go on their website and find the Common Core for language arts for 2nd grade and see all the things that he would be expected to do by the end of 2nd grade if he were in the public school. And I can use that to piece things together to just make sure, he's hitting each one of these, able to read such and such amount of words, whatever guidelines that they have. Another option is that there are several private schools that have been successful, and what they do is they allow you to purchase their curriculum. One of these schools is called Memoria Press, and when you purchase their curriculum, it will come with the materials that the student has, but also the lesson plans and the materials that the teacher would have. So it tells you, on this day you're going to cover this topic, you need this book. It will even break it down and tell you, ask this question, explain this. There's other curriculums that are online. Now, this isn't through the online public school, but rather through companies that put out homeschooling curriculum, that you can either get discs like this math program is, their discs, or actually through the internet, and you can connect with teachers that way. There's programs that have been around for quite a while. And like I said, one that's been used in schools before is Hooked on Phonics, and that's something that we use. But there are several places that you can look that give you options to buy this curriculum. And you can either buy a math curriculum from one place and a phonics curriculum from another, like I did. But there's also companies where you go and you say, I have a 2nd grader, and you can buy an entire package, and they send you what they use for all subjects for that grade. Now, another question that people seem to be very worried about when you say you homeschool your kids is, what about socialization? And I understand where that comes from, but just because my kids aren't in a public school doesn't mean that they're not around other people. We don't stay in our house all day. We are not hermits. We get out and we do things such as classes at the YMCA. And that right there is my youngest son, Eli, and he likes to take swimming classes at the YMCA. I think that's a wonderful opportunity, even for kids that go to a school, to get out and actually do things with other kids when they're supposed to be, and not sitting at a school desk and learning. We also do karate lessons. My oldest son really enjoys those. You can also find local homeschool meetups. Like this was a Halloween party we found through Facebook, and we've actually made several friends that way through homeschooling groups on Facebook. We also attend a co-op, which a co-op is where we get together once a week with several other families, and cooperatively we teach our kids. At our co-op, we pay per class, and that helps to just cover like facilities costs and stuff like that. But the classes that my kids take at the co-op, they cover that in the material in class, and will also send them home with homework. So it's very similar to actually what I've done with college so far, in that you're only going 1 or 2 days a week, and then the rest of the week you're working on homework. And again, it gives them another opportunity to be around other kids. My kids do know what it's like to go to school because of this. So the final question we get is, I'm interested, where do I start? This right here, if you're in Delaware, Delaware Department of Education, and here's the website, and this is where you can register yourself or find out even more information. It also gives you contact information to people if you just want to make sure that you're doing what you need to do everything legally, that is. Also, Homeschool Legal Defense Association, and you can become a member with them. And what they do is, if there's any problems, like legally, like the state suddenly starts asking for things that aren't required by law, you can get a hold of that Homeschool Legal Defense Association. If you're a member, they supply you with legal counsel, help you find out the best thing legally, what you are required to do. And if worst case scenario and you do go to court, they will cover you. They will provide you with a lawyer. I don't personally know of anybody who has required that, and I don't really know of anybody that's required their services, but it's there just in case, and it's a nice thing to have. They also have lists of requirements for each state, so if you're having problems with the Department of Education website, through the Homeschool Legal Defense Association website, you can also find out what is required for your state. Another one is the Kathy Duffy Homeschool Curriculum Reviews. And this is a great place to find out what type of curriculum's out there. Kathy Duffy does the reviews, her reviews, and it also has reviews of other people that have used that curriculum. So if you're like, I'm looking for a phonics program, well, what do they have out there? Well, you go under there and you go under phonics and language arts, and it'll list all the different types of curriculum that somebody on that website has done a review for. And then you can look under it if it's a popular one. Hooked on Phonics, Alpha Omega Publications, things like that, and see what other people's experiences are with it. And sometimes you'll find that people have a great experience with something, but it doesn't work for you. But that's what's so great about having a place to go where you can find all of this listed out. You can find all of those options, and it's really nice to see what she rates as the top part. So again, everybody has their own reasons for homeschooling. Everybody goes about it their own way. It's definitely not for everybody. It is hard to do, but if you go, if it's something that works for you, then it's definitely doable. It's definitely something that you need to research thoroughly and make sure it is right for you. And I hope with this information that it helps you to make a decision that is right for your family, to analyze what your position requires. So thank you for your time.